How many ways can you switch? Hey guys, Brian Spinski from Lost Silver Productions here, welcoming you to this week's edition of Convention Attention Abridged. And before we start this particular edition, I want to throw a special shout out and thanks to my good friend Ernie Lyug and his gang over at the Fans POV. They cover convention news from all around the country. They do that frequently throughout the year, and this week they decided to devote their Feature Friday article to us over here at Lost Silver Productions. So if you want to get a little further idea of what we're about, you can read our interview that me and Scott did with Ernie over on their site at thefanspov.com. Just look for their Feature Friday section and you'll find our big Lost Silver Productions logo right there. So enjoy that after you watch this video, and let's get the news started. Well, as we know, this week has been very busy for Nintendo, both as a whole and for their biggest franchise in their roster. Let's start with the biggest news of the week, the announcement of their newest console video game system, the Switch. And I gotta be honest with you, after I saw the preview video, I have a couple of other names for this one. Let me explain. Announced on Thursday and set for launch in March of next year, the Switch is designed to be a literal Swiss Army knife console. What starts as a traditional home setup can be taken on the go in numerous ways when the two side panels are removed from the central controller and placed into the sides of the unit, which then lifts out with its own screen to create a handheld device, or as I call it, the Deja Wii U. This device can then be further modified to remove the side panels for use like nunchucks, creating what I call the Wii Wii. Or they can even be used as separate controllers for multiplayer games, which I call the Biscotti. And I mean that name seriously. I mean, look at how tiny those controllers are. You throw some lemon icing drizzle on them and leave them on a table at a party, and trust me, somebody's chowing down on them. Now, all kidding aside, the new system shows a lot of promise, but a lot of questions have already been raised from a lot of sources with regards to its capabilities, its functionality, and what things are going to be produced on it. Forbes magazine, for instance, has already said that the biggest question the Wii U, not the Wii U, but if you remember, the Wii U had the problem of having a serious battery life problem with its handheld portion of the device, and Forbes worries that the Switch may suffer the same problem, and if it does, that's going to be a huge game breaker. But Nintendo has come out since with a response saying that they are currently working on a setup that will allow the handheld device to function properly without electricity. Now, another potential game breaker for some Nintendo fans is that Nintendo's gone also so far as to announce that the Switch is not a continuation console in the way that the Wii U and the Wii were, that you won't be able to play games from the previous system on this one. So no Wii U games allowed, no 3DS games allowed. Now, I don't know if that's gonna feel cool to some people. I mean, I never even got a Wii U, but I know I still play GameCube games sometimes on my Wii, so who knows? That I'm a little iffy on this one. Also, in addition, sure, there have been a lot of outside companies that are saying, hey, we support the Switch and we're going to be making games for it and stuff like that, but does that mean that we're going to really see the same titles that you see on PlayStations and Xboxes, or is that not going to happen because it didn't happen on the Wii U, and then also those companies tend to go away pretty quick. I really don't know where Nintendo is going with this, and they've further gone so far as to say that they're not making any announcements about anything else with the specs and the new games or whatever else. They're not going to talk about it for the rest of the year. They put up this trailer, and that's it. Until we turn the calendar to 2017, they're not talking about it anymore. So are they just playing this close to the vest and being careful, or Are they just really setting themselves up for the ultimate disaster in terms of their console market and everything else in general that maybe even Pikachu won't be able to save them from? A lot of questions, and we're just stuck sitting here waiting. What do you guys think? And since we brought up Pokemon, they've got a lot on their plate this week too. The first demos of Pokemon Sun and Moon were released this week, and playtesters have now been taking to social media to reveal the entire regional Pokédex of the game, following up on the weeks of teasers of new Pokemon and updated Alola forms of classic Pokemon that we've been seeing. The Alola Doug trio seems to be everyone's new favorite. But hey, he's not the only Pokemon that people are making parody of. Check out this shot from Maroon 5's newest music video, Don't Wanna Know, with the band and other celebrities dressed as parodies of Pokemon Go characters. Everyone's getting in on the act, it looks like. And on the same side of things, the Pokemon US site has announced a return to theaters of Pokemon the First movie. It will air in 200 select theaters on October 29th and November 1st. So it seems that no matter where you go, once again, Pokemon will be there. And finally, for our last article this week, we step aside from Nintendo's world for this one, and oh jeez. I just got done being red in the face, or as red as my shirt last week when I was reviewing Keijo, and I gotta run into this now? If you saw these pictures of Vocaloid Hatsune Miku in intimate apparel, you'd probably think, hey, great fan art, she's beautiful, sexy, all that kind of stuff. Well, Kure and Mori did design these illustrations, but it doesn't just end there. A mail-order company for otakus called Super Groupies has just launched a special line of the very lingerie you see in these pictures. So yes, you can be Hatsune Miku in the bedroom if you still felt like it, ladies. The bra and panty set and camisole are being taken on pre-order on Super Groupies' website until November 6th and will ship in March of next year. Personally, I'm surprised Hot Topic didn't get on this one first. Seems like they do everything else already, right? Although these are swimsuits and not intimate, so who cares? They still could have done this. And that's going to do it for this week at Convention Attention Abridged. Our next podcast with our cosplay party, I think I know we're getting it rescheduled. I don't want to announce it here on this video just in case I'm wrong. My suggestion, go on the main YouTube channel front page for Lost Silver Productions and look up at that banner at the top. The moment I confirm the date for the cosplay party, you're going to see it right up there. So be sure to have a look for it. And join us over on Facebook at facebook.com/Lost Silver Productions and the Patreon, patreon.com/Lost Silver. You know it. You know I'm going to keep saying it. Please spread the word about us. If you really like us, tell everybody you know. Let's really make this a big, great place to be. Oh, and new Convention Game Show video coming during this week too, so look out for that. In the meantime, my name is Brian Sapinski from Lost Silver Productions. We will see you on the con floor very soon. And remember, if you can geek out to it, you'll be sure it'll deserve some convention attention. See you soon.